Are you a product manager whose job is suddenly being done by AI? Or maybe a designer watching an algorithm write out your technical specs? What exactly is your job anymore? Well, today we're cracking open the AI survival playbook straight from Netflix's Chief Product and Technology Officer, Elizabeth Stone. Look, this isn't just some anxiety-inducing hypothetical. This is reality across tech right now. We've got PMs, shipping code, and designers building out technical scopes. The traditional boundaries, they're completely gone.
But here's the thing, Elizabeth Stone actually categorizes all this chaos not as a crisis, but as a storming phase. Whenever a massive transformative tech hits, everyone suddenly tries to do everything. And yep, we are right in the middle of that storm.
So, let's look at this blurring of tech roles. Here's what that storming phase actually looks like at Netflix. First off, PMs, designers, and data scientists can now push prototypes way further without hitting those usual engineering blockers. Second, AI is instantly distilling literal decades of their internal experiments and user research. This role fluidity creates a massive velocity boost for testing hypotheses. But there is a huge caveat here. Craft excellence, meaning great engineering and scarce creativity, remains absolutely vital for actually productizing these things. Basically, AI can prototype, but you still need humans to productize. Which brings us to our next major shift, the rise of the systems thinker. The era of the narrow specialist, the person siloed deep in one static tool, is definitely trending down. The systems thinker is the new premium currency. Because when AI starts generating all these disparate building blocks, you absolutely need human architects to look across the different business domains, establish the guardrails, and make sure you don't end up with some disjointed Frankenstein product. So how do you actually do that? Stone decodes systems thinking into one specific microhabit, zooming out one click. Step 1, you look at your local problem. Step 2, you zoom out to the broader consumer problem. And Step 3, you look at the system straight from your manager's perspective. It's all about building a stronger foundation. And instead of completely rewriting their career ladders, Netflix leans entirely on what they call AI fluency. This is an adaptable mindset that's hyper-focused on experimentation, knowing exactly where AI is actually useful, and just being totally open to ambiguity. And this is a non-negotiable expectation across the board, from brand new grads all the way up to senior execs. Okay, let's get into some specific AI use cases at Netflix. Here's exactly how it splits out. On the data and analytics side, AI is instantly distilling historical experiments, generating analytical models, and unlocking insights directly for business stakeholders. Then, flip over to content and production. There, it's powering pre-visualization for creative ideation, it's relighting and reframing scenes in post-production, and it's massively scaling up their localization, dubs, and subtitles. To handle all of this, you need a serious framework, which Netflix calls excellence as an operating system. See, Netflix doesn't treat its culture as a rigid list of rules. It really is an operating system. The core logic here is to push decisions as deep into the organization as possible to drive some pretty incredible outcomes. And this operating system stands on 4 main pillars. Number 1 is talent density, which is completely non-negotiable. Number 2 is high autonomy, meaning you provide context, not control. Number 3 is risk-taking, which requires being totally comfortable with failures as long as you have a fast recovery. And number 4 is resisting process. When things fail, they run a blameless retrospective instead of just slapping on new rules and red tape. Now, to actually maintain that intense talent density, they use the famous keepers test. As a manager, you literally have to ask yourself, if this person came to me today to say they were leaving, would I fight to keep them? If your honest answer is relief, you let them go. It's an intense, continuous feedback loop designed to guarantee peak excellence. Finally, we have to talk about the human element in all of this. Because despite all these crazy technological leaps we're seeing, Stone points out something crucial. She says, I have a hard time picturing entertainment that doesn't have humans at the heart of it. Storytelling is one and the same with humanity. That human heartbeat, that's the one thing an algorithm simply cannot generate. So let's quickly review the hard facts. We are deep in the AI storming phase. Tech roles are completely blurring. Systems thinking requires you to zoom out one click. And Netflix runs on this OS of extreme talent density and resisting process. Here is your takeaway for today. The tools for execution are becoming infinite, but your human judgment, systems thinking, and storytelling, that is your new premium currency. Now, time for a hardcore debate. The Netflix keepers test. Firing someone if you wouldn't literally fight to keep them. Is this a stroke of absolute genius for organizational design, or is it a toxic trap waiting to happen? I want to hear your exact reasoning, so hit the comments. And hey, leave a comment with the word system, and I will personally send you the complete framework and mental models from today's explainer straight to your inbox. Catch you next time.